Rebuilding Uganda, episode number 9A. Today is October 31st, 2025. Today's topic is the Tutsi colonization plan of the Great Lakes region. The Tutsi plan to colonize the countries of Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, and beyond is not a new thing. I discovered it in 1994 and published it in UDC newsletter of June 1994. That was followed by the late Moses Hussein Njuchi reproducing it in the Shariat newspaper. At that time, many Ugandans ignored the message because they were blindfolded by NRM propaganda. Now that people are waking up and are talking about the Batusi plan, still they don't know what it contains and how it is being implemented. This plan was drawn up by Tutsi leaders on August 6, 1962. They kept it as a top secret, just saturating among themselves. It was discovered at Nyamitaba near Bukavu in South Kivu province of Congo in 1994. That's when I got hold of it. Here are its contents and the rules, which must be learned and practiced by every Tutsi man and woman in the Great Lakes region of East Africa. I can bet you all those Batusi you deal with know exactly what this plan is all about. Rule number 1. Every Tutsi must know that the Bahutu and all Bantu people are related to the Congolese, and our colonization plan must be applied to the groups. That means every person in that region who is not a Tutsi is a de facto subject to their enslavement. That means all of you, the Bantu and the Nilotics of this area, we are all supposed to be their slaves. Rule number 2. Every Tutsi must know thoroughly and apply to the Congolese and all the other Bantu and other ethnic groups surrounding them that the methods used successfully to conquer Rwanda, you must proceed with the method and gradually refrain from any precipitation which might awaken the spectra of the great conqueror Rwabugiri, our national hero. You may ask, who is Rwabugiri, whom these people are claiming to be a national hero? Well, he was a Tutsi king of Rwanda from 1860 to 1894. That man spent his entire life waging wars and killing innocent people in an attempt of expanding Tutsi domination of the Great Lakes region. Rwabugiri attacked areas of Kagera area, Biharamulo, and Bukoba in the northwestern parts of Tanzania. He attacked southwestern parts of Uganda, which now we know as Bahoro Rubachiga area, up to Ankole. Then he turned to areas of North and South Kivu areas in the DRC. He killed and looted everywhere he attacked. But he failed to conquer those territories except in areas where people spoke Kinyarwanda. Finally, Rwabugiri was killed while fighting at Bushi in South Kivu. That is what Kagame, Museveni, and Muhoozi are trying to do today. They claim that these territories belong to them. They are trying to follow in the footsteps of Rwabugiri by claiming all this territory and beyond belonging to them. Rwabogo, whom you all know, made it explicitly clear that the Bantu people of this country are supposed to be impoverished, deprived of essential services, and enslaved by Tutsis, while children of the Batusi are the princes and the princesses. Furthermore, the late Catholic Bishop of Kabale, Right Reverend Habirimana, told RPF trainees who were training in his own bishop's house in Kabale in 1992 during the invasion of Rwanda, and I quote, "We the Tutsis were created to rule these people, while Bantu people were created to be our slaves and servants," end quote. Well, he was kicked out of his office by raging people of Kabale and sought refuge at Rubaga, from where he died some years later. Rule number three. Every Tutsi intellectual must adopt as his first goal the control of additional districts, as everybody is aware of the importance of controlling local seats of authority in order to spread political ideas into the uneducated population. You can see this trick has been used successfully in Uganda. Areas such as Ankole and Kigezi are now in total Tutsi control. You see so many of them calling themselves Bachiga or Banyankole, but speak Kinyarwanda. Many counties in Uganda are currently populated by Tutsis after killing off the indigenous population. They are also controlling other areas of Uganda under the guise of Bararo, moving there to graze their cattle. They are using opposition parties as well as their NRM to plant themselves in every position of power and influence. This strategy has not spared the religious institutions, which are increasingly falling under the control of Batusi. They send their boys and girls to seminaries and novitiates to train for future religious positions. Rule number 4. Every Tutsi intellectual must make friends with the Congolese or Bantu administration and get acquainted with the bureaucratic process, and thus prepare himself for eventual takeover, in which he is expected to take the place and eventually head the whole department. If you remember how Museveni came to power, he used our people like Paulo Semogerere and many others, Evaristo Nyanzi, put them in positions while they were sitting behind them, watching how these people are operating so that they can eventually take over. And you know what they did. Remember that Museveni also served in the Prime Minister's office in the 1960s. That was during Obote's time. Was he learning how to take over Uganda? That's the question. How many Tutsis are surrounding the present-day charismatic politicians in their so-called respective opposition parties? The time for apprentices will soon be over, and they will take over the entire political organization you may have worked so hard to build. There are hundreds of prominent indigenous Ugandans who admit having a Tutsi as a special friend or confidant. Such a Ugandan is already lured into their web either for sex or financial gain. Cultural leaders such as Kyabazingo of Busoga have not been spared. Rule number 5. Since we cannot replace the Hutus and other Bantu representatives just elected and put our own people in their places, let us make them friends. We shall conquer them by offering these those gifts, especially alcohol beverages, which will allow us to worm secrets out of them. Offer them our girls, and if necessary, do not hesitate to arrange marriages with them. They will not resist our daughters' angelic beauties. End quote. Take a close look at the people you know, whom you used to believe in as Ugandans that can stand for their country. They have been given free cars, money to build fabulous mansions, millions of shillings as gifts or gratuities. I'm talking about people like the Speaker of the House. Look at the mansion she built in Bukedea when children in her area are studying under mango trees. They have no buildings for school. There is no money for medicine in the hospitals and the dispensaries. The police stations look like pigs' places. Look at all this destruction, yet some of our so-called political leaders are building mansions. That's a shame. Tutsi women are constantly being bussed into Uganda from Rwanda. A lustful man in Kampala can easily obtain one of them through well-organized channels of distribution. Some of your friends are publicly urging their supporters and friends to marry Tutsi women in order to dilute Uganda's ethnicity. How many Ugandan men in positions of influence do you know that have Tutsi wives? Find out how they got them and you will be shocked. Such Ugandans who married Tutsi women are on record serving Tutsi conquest of our country. And they have gone in the different areas of the world telling lies in the defense of the Batusi conquerors of Uganda. This is what we are up to, ladies and gentlemen, as Ugandans. If we do not roll up our sleeves and save our country from this conquest, we are doomed. We shall continue with exposing the Tutsi plan next week because it has 18 points. We have only covered 5 of them today. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you and God save Uganda.